Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. Alright, so we're going to start out here. I am going to do a guide on stat maxing. Hopefully this doesn't get too long, but I think it might. This is an incredibly long process if you want to do this. So, you know, you've been warned. I think that one of the first steps actually to stat maxing is actually making sure that you've gone through the entire sphere grid with a couple of characters. I started out with Titus, Waka, and Riku. Basically everybody's all... This is my completed grid already, so this probably isn't that helpful, but... anyways, I do think that, you know, getting around everything and unlocking all of the different nodes that you can first is a good way to start. The reason for that is it's going to get you kind of to a good enough stat set in order to start taking down some of the monsters that we are going to need to fill in the empty spots on the grid. The other thing that you want to definitely make sure that you do is to capture everything. Again, you know, make sure that you've caught 10 of every enemy that's possible. I mean, for one thing, we're going to need that to unlock some of the species, especially these monsters, the set of them. And then also, that should get you, you know, a decent amount of AP also to actually, again, get yourself around the sphere grid at least once. The other thing that you can do is actually spend a little bit of time in the Omega Dungeon. You know, just by capturing everything there, you're going to, you know, get I mean, pretty decent AP, as well as you should be able to come across a decent amount of cash as well, fighting those mimic enemies. And definitely get yourself, or make sure that you've got Riku with you with the God Hand for the Gillionaire ability. That's going to double the amount of gil that you get. Along with stat maxing is going to, I guess, come with a lot of bribing that we'll need to do, and we need money in order to bribe. So again, keep that in mind as well. But one of the first things also that you can do is get yourself probably some 4-slot equipment from not Owaka, from his brother Wants. Right at the entrance of, or basically the zone line, I would say, if you're familiar with some older MMOs, right between Thunder Plains and the Macalania Woods. That's going to get you the blank 4-slot equipment. I wouldn't buy too much of it, but what I would start out with is a piece of armor. I started out with one for Titus, actually, and I think this is the piece of gear that I made. I went with break HP limit, auto haste, auto protect, and auto regen. I actually don't know for sure if I would say that that's the one to start out with, but actually it's probably I'm sorry, it was the Sanctuary. That was the one that I actually started out with. So the first thing I put on there was break HP limit. You should have enough of. Let me just see here. I can't remember. So break HP limit is 30 wings to discovery. If I remember correctly, that's actually a reward from Remium Temple from the Chocobo race there. Let me just see here. Yeah, wings to discovery. Yep, reward for the Remium Temple Chocobo race, and you need to get 3 chests, and that gives you 30. And that's exactly how many you need to get break HP limit. The second thing that you need is ribbon. I think that really helps out. There's just a lot of enemies that we're going to be fighting that use some pretty nasty status effects, and basically we can get 99 of those, and it takes 99 for a ribbon. And that's a reward, again, by capturing at least 5 of every fiend. So again, as long as you've captured all of the monsters that you can, you'll be able to put ribbon on a piece of armor as well. And then after that, I went with Auto Haste and Auto Protect. Auto Haste is actually really easy to get as well. That's 80 Chocobo Wings, and those are a bribe. I'll do that in a minute here, but actually, in addition to this piece of armor, it's probably not a bad idea to have, and again, I used Waka and Riku here. So the second thing that I made here was this, it's called the Best Play, or it ended up being called the Best Play, I guess I should say. For Waka, and I put Master Thief, Auto Haste, and Auto Phoenix on there. The reason why I did this is actually because there's just going to be a lot of monsters that we're going to be farming over and over and over again, and I like to just mug them to generate some extra items. This isn't 100% necessary, but it is pretty nice just to, again, generate some extra items. Master Thief is the Pendulum, I believe it is. And let me just see here. I can't remember right off the top of my head what I needed to do. I think I got these from Ultima Weapon. I guess, okay, yeah, that's right. So initially, I did get 30 from the Remium Temple Chocobo race. It takes 4 chests, so again, should be pretty easy to get you 30. That'll get you Master Thief on 1 piece of armor. The other thing that you can do is bribe Master Tomberry. I don't recommend doing that, but I think bribing Ultima Weapon is also another really, really good option for these. And really kind of up to you on if you want to go that route. But I did actually take down Ultima Weapon before I started doing my stat maxing, and I think that that is a good idea specifically for Master Thief. And I did that for Riku as well. I actually made it's called the Buccaneer here. Again, that's Master Thief first. So again, 30 pendulums from the Chocobo race, Remium Chocobo race, to get my initial one, or my initial Master Thief. And then again, I bribed Ultima Weapon in order to get my second one. That is a very expensive bribe though, so it will take, you know, a bit of farming in order to be able to afford that. The next thing here I put on was Auto Phoenix, and then I put on Auto Haste. And both of these two are actually having their armor set up the same way. You really want Auto Phoenix on 2 different characters. That way, if the character with Auto Phoenix gets killed, then the other one can revive them, and vice versa. You don't need that on 3 people. It's not going to hurt, but you don't need that. And so, again, I put it on these 2, and then same deal with Auto Haste. Let me just, we'll just customize here. I'll just show you what Auto Phoenix is. I think that's Mega Phoenix's. Let me just see here. Oh, that's at the bottom. Auto Potion, Auto Med, Auto Phoenix. Here we are. Yeah, so Mega Phoenix. It takes 20. So I got a bunch of those. I think those are probably also a reward from capturing monsters. Sorry. So again, I definitely think that this is good on at least two people. It wasn't necessary, I noticed, for going more than that. And then again, all right. So let's start out. One of the best abilities is Auto Haste, and so what you want to do here is go to a mega dungeon and then fight the Makia enemy, and I'll just show you here. Basically, this is you'll probably end up doing this quite a bit, or at least I did anyway. So we'll just go to bribe, and then we pay 360,000. So again, also as I stated earlier, this takes a lot of money. You'll notice though when you bribe, a lot of times it'll just miss like that, and then so what you do at that point is you just bribe it with another character and just bribe it with 1 more gil. That happens. You'll notice that'll happen a lot. Also, if you're starting out and you don't have that much cash, make sure that you save before you bribe. Here I got really lucky there. So 63 Chocobo Wings. A lot of times you'll only get like 40, and at that point I would recommend actually just doing a soft reset and trying again until you get right around 60. You don't really. you don't really want to be, you know, losing out on 20 chocobo wings on a bribe, because again, these do get really, really expensive. And again, it does take 80 chocobo wings in order to get you auto haste. So I'll just, well, I already have that on, I guess, on this one. But let me just find that right there. So again, it does take 80. So again, that's quite a bit. One of the other things that you can do is if you don't want to spend the other, you know, 360,000 to bribe for a second time, what you can do is fight the here in Bicanel, and you can fight the Cactars. Definitely recommend stealing from them. You can generally steal 3 times. And then just kill it off, right? And then you'll have to do this again, and you'll have to just repeat the process until you get to 80. It shouldn't take that long, but it's a cheaper, you know, way to get yourself from, you know, around 60 wings to 80. So keep that in mind. But all right, so let's get started on our first monster. Again, let's just make sure that I've got myself equipped though, as I was when I first started. Yeah, auto. Let's see here. This is probably good. Yeah, this is about how I started. Break HP, limit, ribbon, auto haste, and auto protect. Auto protect is also pretty easy. Again, if you don't have light curtains to do this, then fine. But it actually is, you know, fairly easy to get a hold of those light curtains as well. I believe you should have 99. Again, from monster capturing in order to put that. But even if you don't use that, that's not the end of the world. But all right, so let's start. Basically, you know, we'll have a lot of empty slots on the grid, obviously, and we need to fill those up. So one of the first monsters to start out here with is actually the Hornet enemy, and basically this guy will drop you accuracy spheres, and there are just some enemies that you will just need, you know, more accuracy to actually hit. The Hornet actually, you know, kind of strange enough, does require a certain amount of accuracy to actually hit as well. There's a chance that you'll miss with like Riku, again, unless you've already been through the grid, you know, all the way. At that point, you should actually have enough accuracy. And I need to swap out Titus's weapon here. I just noticed that he's equipped with my no encounters weapon. There we are. So again, this will be, you know, a little easier if you've, you know, got some decent accuracy. Also, you can use limit breaks if you need to, like with Waka. Waka's got probably the best in the game. And of course, there I got 2 dark matters. So let's do that again. That's going to happen a lot, unfortunately. Though, you know, dark matter does get you the ribbon ability, and it does take 99. So it's not the end of the world getting dark matters here for beating these, but it is obnoxious, and especially when you don't really want the dark matters and you just want to get the, you know, the spheres. So all right, there you have it. That is another Hornet down. Hopefully we don't get dark matter this time. And there they are, accuracy spheres. So at that point, now you can kind of build up a couple, right? And then actually, you know, use them. So again, here I've already got a maxed out sphere grid, and you can actually see my stats. So I went with the 99,999 HP, 255 strength, defense, magic defense, agility, and luck. Evasion and accuracy isn't as important, which I realize is kind of funny saying that as I'm trying to, you know, tell you to farm accuracy spheres. But the reality is you don't actually need 255 accuracy if you have 255 luck. Luck basically is the combination of evasion and accuracy. And so if you've got enough of it, you don't need any of the other 2 stat. The problem is luck is extremely difficult to farm. So it's up to you, you know, what you want to do with that, or take that information and do with it as you will. But what I did was to bump up my character's accuracy until I could basically hit things kind of all the time. And then what I do is I go in here and start working on, I can't remember its name, of course. I think it's the Juggernaut. Let me just see here. I'm pretty sure it's the Juggernaut. Let's take a look. Yes, it's this guy. And of course I get ambushed. Why wouldn't I? Juggernaut, the first, this is for strength spheres, by the way. Very important stat. One of the most, if not the most important stat, actually, when it comes to this guy. You don't need to farm a ton of accuracy if you can hit this guy. If you can hit him, then awesome. Again, then you don't need to worry about accuracy and don't bother. But if you can't, you can always try aim. Aim helps, right? If you're low on accuracy, you can try aim. But also early on, when you don't have that much strength, what you can do here is use Null Blaze, because the first thing that this guy is going to do is he'll spend his first turn using the charging ability, and then after that he'll use a flame attack that'll hit everybody. And again, I think that it makes sense to just make sure that you've got Null Blaze learned in order and cast that one time, and then that way when he actually does hit you or try to hit you, he's going to nullify that. So it makes this guy, honestly a bit of a joke. But yeah, so that's actually, I would kind of argue, after you get your equipment squared away and you're able to actually accurately hit this guy, then it's to farm these. And farm that strength all the way up. Get yourself to 255 on your different characters. Also, there will come a time where you run out of empty slots on the grid. At that point, you will need to buy these. You will need to buy clear spheres. Let's just buy a couple here. And you'll notice, as you've gone along, that some of these spheres on the grid won't be +4. So, what is going on here? Bizarre. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. That's why. I'm trying to use a return sphere. Duh. Okay. So now all of my spheres are the correct spheres, right? Like I've got magic +4. Here's magic +4. And then this is a max HP by 300. The original spheres in the grid oftentimes won't be the correct ones. Basically all of the HP spheres that are in the grid naturally are all HP +200s. So you'll end up wiping them all out with these clear spheres. That basically wipes out the node, right? And then on top of that, a lot of the other like stat spheres won't be the correct ones. A lot of times you'll end up with like a magic +1 or an agility +1 or 2 or 3, and those aren't good enough, right? We want to get +4s because we want to max our stats, and we want to be as efficient as we can. Also, keep in mind that this is all I'm saying this from a standard sphere grid perspective. I'll be honest, I don't know that much about what you can do with the Master Sphere grid, because I know that it's got less nodes that you can put in it. So I've never liked that grid. So again, you may have to make some different choices if you're going with the Master Sphere. So again, just keep that in mind. But all right, so then what we do then after we've kind of cleared out some of the spheres that are not as good, we will then, in this case, use the HP sphere, use that on that spot, and then we'll have to actually activate it, with the correct sphere. So yeah, so that's how you do that. And if you notice there, now Lulu's dropped 19 HP because she doesn't have that node activated, which is kind of funny. But all right, so that is probably the best start. Again, is to get accurate enough so that you can hit the Juggernaut, and then after that you can you can start on, like, the One Eye is a really good monster. This will get you your magic defense spheres. You really don't need the magic defense quite as much until you get to, oh, what are they? I think it's is it the Juggler Flan? Actually, no, I take that back. It's not even that, because I used Anima for that, so sorry about that. Oh, of course, I get more dark matter. Come on, guys. Come on. I'm trying to make a video here. Let's get this going. You'll probably be spending a lot of time farming the One Eye. And I'll show you why here in a minute. Hopefully, actually, maybe I already got some. But the great thing about the One Eye is it's boom, 2 hits and it's dead. You know, once you've got to the maxed strength. Actually, there it is. There's one of the weapons, which was the triple score. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Let's go to equipment. We'll scoop down to the bottom here and triple score. So the triple score. Now this one isn't as good, but it does have triple AP. All right. So one of the important things about, you know, stat maxing, or one of, I guess maybe it's annoying. Oh, here, look at this one's even better. The golden arm. So I got this for Riku. Apparently I got that the first fight. This is actually a perfect weapon for Riku. What we need to do is, obviously, when we're stat maxing, we need to still get around the grid, right? And that just takes, you know, sphere levels. And so one of the things that you're going to want to do is make yourself a couple of the weapons. Let's go to customizing them. The most important part of the weapon is the triple AP. And you'll want to farm the One Eyes in order to get these. But what you want to do here is you want the triple AP, and then you want overdrive to AP. You should automatically have enough of these. These are the door to tomorrow. It only takes 10, and you should have 99 for doing all of your capturing. So you want to put that on there. And then you'll eventually want triple overdrive as well. Winning formula, let me see here. You get this for unlocking the knee slug, which again, you should have 99 of these for capturing all of the different fiends. I believe it takes, is it 30 of these triple AP wings to discovery? Is that right? 50? Nope, this is not right. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Triple overdrive. We're looking for triple overdrive. There it is. Winning formula, 30. So, again, you'll get 99 for doing all of your capturing. So you'll be able to put this on 3 different weapons, which, just so happens, we need 3 characters to be really, really leveled up to do this. So, again, what I did was I farmed up a triple AP weapon for Titus, Riku, and Waka. Then I put overdrive to AP on all of them. Then I put triple overdrive on all of them. So let's get those equipped. Let me just see here. I think it's, yep, Ragnarok. So again, triple AP, overdrive to AP, triple overdrive. Then Blowout. Again, triple AP, overdrive to AP, triple overdrive. And the Victorix. That's funny. Okay. And so then what we will do is we will go to overdrive, and we will set mode to Comrade, Comrade, and Comrade. Now, this kind of method to level is really determined by, actually, let me just see if there's, yeah, let's use somebody else. I'm sorry. This is going to look a little bit goofy, but I just wanted to show you this because I think it makes more sense to start with somebody that that isn't really high as far as sphere levels. So let's do the same thing with Lulu. So here's her Space Soul. Again, triple AP, overdrive to AP, and then triple overdrive. And then we will set her overdrive to Comrade. Okay. So what we're going to do here is, and I think it probably makes sense to do this with, probably with Titus. Whoever you think you've got the most kills with is the best person to kind of make your, what would we call this? Your victim. And also make sure that you don't have break HP limit and you're not over 9k HP. You actually want less max HP for this. It's not important to like have somebody that only has 1,000 max HP or something like that. Titus is going to work just fine here. But what we're going to do here is go into Area Conquest. We'll go over here to the Don Tonberry. And we're going to fight him. And I need to switch Titus's weapon, of course, right away. And we'll switch back to Calibolg. Alright, so we're going to defend with Riku. And we'll attack with Titus. Boom! And this is going to one-shot Titus. Again, I think that Titus makes the most sense for this. Waka is also a good candidate because it's likely that by the time you've got to this point, you've killed a lot of things with Waka as well. But, alright, and so Lulu is the one we're trying to level here. And again, as long as her overdrive is set to Comrade, you're set. And again, having the the correct weapon on her, so we'll just defend with her. Again, we'll defend again with Riku here, and we'll just keep defending until we get back to Titus, and then I'll attack. I'll probably do this like I think Don Tonberry can take 5 hits, or is it? We might kill him on the 5th. We'll just see here. And again, really, really nice to have. Just to show you her armor again. So I've got her set up again. Master Thief, Auto Phoenix, Auto Haste. We'll just defend again until we get back to Titus' turn. Attack one more time. So kill him. Boom. Karma is a bee, as they say. But it is a great way to level. Boom. Alright, one more. I'll probably just finish him off with Riku. Alright, one more time. Get him up. Boom. Alright, there you go. Now, this is going to be an absolute boatload of AP. Check that out for Lulu there. Was that over 1 million? 3, yeah, over one. It was like 1.6 million or something AP. So that brings her from like 30 to. It ends up being like 62 sphere levels or something like that. So that's how you level. Pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. It's really about your equipment setup and your overdrive mode. It actually wasn't important to have Titus set up with Comrade, but it was important to have Lulu. Again, the person that you actually want to level, you want under Comrade. Yeah, and again, your other character is really just for reviving them. And on top of that, you don't actually even need Auto Phoenix, although it's very, very easy to get that. And if you're doing that, you should really do that. But alright, so that is how you level. So the next thing that you'll want to do or want to be able to do, let's swap Lulu out for Waka here, and let's touch the sphere, and let's go into. Okay, so now you've got a ton of levels, right? But oh no, you've run out of spheres, right? Because you'll need. Let's just see this. You need power. Okay, so I'm low on power spheres, right? And this is going to happen to you a lot, especially with the power spheres, because there's a lot of HP nodes that you'll need to activate. So, oh god, what do I do? What do I do? I'm out of power spheres. Okay, well, no problem. Let's buy some items here. We'll buy some power distillers. Again, very important to have. Looks like I had 14 left after this whole process, so cool stuff. Alright, so we'll go to Fight Monsters, go to the Area Conquest, and fight the Katos enemy. And, so, first thing that we'll do is go down here and use our Power Distiller. And this guy doesn't like that, so we're going to get punched. Oops, Waka's got the wrong weapon on, of course, because why wouldn't he? think I still have his AP weapon on. Let's, I'll swap that out here in a second. Weapon, world champion. Alright, this should be, what, one more? Boom, nope, two more. Forgot he only did a weak hit there the first time. Alright, so that is that. Again, very, very important to have, or at least try to get full strength before taking on this guy. Otherwise, he's a little bit more of a problem. You can use Sentinel. That at least somewhat helps. But there you have it, 40 power spheres. So normally Katos drops 40 healing springs, but when you overkill him and you've used a power distiller, he'll drop 40. And it doesn't have to be power distiller, right? It can be mana, speed, or ability to get, you know, all the spheres that you need. And again, so this is how you fuel your, you know, leveling process, essentially. And this gets a lot easier, you know, as you get more and more strength, because taking down Katos gets, again, a lot easier as you know, go about this. Alright, so let's, what do we want to do next here? Probably after strength, actually, you want to do defense. Although, again, you know, I did say to farm the One Eyes, and that will get you Magic Defense Sphere. I just don't think that those are as important for the time being. It's just that farming those One Eyes is going to get you your triple AP weapons, again, which you can then use to, you know, trick out some really, really good leveling weapons. So at that point, what we really want to do then is to start on the Tank-It. So this is probably, I mean, I wish I was keeping track of like what step this is, but I would just say that, you know, after you've maxed out your strength, then you can start with this guy. Also, and I should have mentioned this earlier, very important to get quick hit. This'll make life a lot easier for you. It should be very, very easy for you to get this on all of your characters. Obviously, this is the last ability on Titus's grid, and again, if you've already been, you know, around the entire grid, like I kind of, you know, recommend doing. You should, again, have quick hit already. If you don't, you can use, you know, a friend sphere if you've got somebody near the end of Titus's grid, or you can use teleport spheres, which, you know, fairly easy to get a hold of throughout the game. I guess I should say maybe hopefully you've already, you know, hung on to some of those in order to get this, but otherwise you can just go the old-fashioned way, level up, and move to his spot on the grid there to teach you that. But anyways, as I said, now that gives us the defense sphere. Basically, having strength first is very, very important, but having the defense, you know, raised next is also, you know, gonna really help you out for farming somebody like Katos, right? Because this guy actually does hit really, really hard. One of the other ways to deal with Katos is just via, you know, letting your character die and then having your other character use a Phoenix down, right, via Auto Phoenix. Again, this stuff gets really easy as long as you've got, like, Auto Phoenix. And then, of course, always make sure that you're buying enough Phoenix downs to keep you going. Look how cheap this is. I mean, 8K. I mean, technically, I know it would have been a little bit more, but... yeah, I guess 9,900 gil in order to get 99 of them. But again, that just makes things so much easier. It's not fun, you know, manually trying to revive your characters after they've ate a counter attack from Katos. So again, make sure you trick out 2 pieces of your armor with that auto Phoenix. Alright, so next I would say... I suppose you can do Terex for evasion, though I don't honestly think that that's that important. What did I say? Terex? Yeah, Terex. Terex is actually pretty easy. Again, I don't know. It's really questionable if you really need to do this step at all. Evasion is kind of nice, for this process, but not that important. It ends up where I take a lot of the evasion spheres actually back out of the grid to make room for luck. So I guess keep that in mind. Probably the next thing that I would think about doing, Vidatu is actually pretty easy. This isn't super critical, but eventually you will want to swap out your weaker MP nodes for MP 40. Basically all of, actually I shouldn't say all of, though I think it might be the case. It might be the case that all of the original MP spheres are only MP 20s. And so you'll want to swap those out for MP 40s, which again, Vidatu, and he's very easy to take out. Just make sure that you're accurate enough to hit him. If you're not, again, farm a couple more accuracy spheres or use something like Titus's Overdrive or Waka's Overdrive. Waka's is actually technically a little bit better. All right, so after that, I would say probably the only other real challenge when it comes to stat spheres, yeah, is probably Juggler Flan. So let's do this guy. Juggler Flan, the most important thing about him, I would say, is actually to have Yuna and have her. Hopefully at some point you got a triple AP weapon for her again, so hers will be, you know, heavenly access. Again, this will start out with triple AP, which you'll have to get from the one eye. You know, again, trick it out with the overdrive to AP, and then put triple overdrive on it. The reason for that, and I think that Yuna is the key to farming this guy efficiently, because you need to use magic skills on this guy to farm him. Now, I made the mistake of trying to take this guy down with like holy spam and double cast spam, but it is horrible and it takes forever and it is not a good way to do it. So don't do that. What you want to do here is your first, basically really your first turn here is you want to do reflect, okay? So cast Reflect on, in this case, Waka. And then the next thing that you'll want to do, oops, I'm in the wrong one, here is cast Slow. And you want to bounce that off of whoever you've casted Reflect on. In this case, again, Waka. We'll bounce that off. Now, if you don't have, you know, Reflect on Waka and, you know, Slow on Riku, well then use Yuna to cast Reflect and use Titus to bounce Slow. Then the next thing that you'll want to do here is summon Anima. So again, by the time, you know, if you're watching this and you're you know, interested in stat maxing, you should already have Anima. If you don't, go get Anima. What are you doing? This thing is nuts. It's amazing. And what you want to do here is teach it haste with a chocobo. I don't know how many. I don't know if it's just one chocobo feather or if it's multiple, but you should have plenty of those by now. If you don't, go get yourself one. You can just steal them from, for sure, the chocobo, or sorry, the cactars that are found on the Thunder Plains. It shouldn't take you long. Just steal a couple. Teach this thing haste, okay? Second thing that you'll want to do is teach it Shell. I don't remember if these are... It's probably not the Light Curtain. It's probably... what's the other one? Oh, I'm drawing a blank here. Let me just see here. Shell. Lunar Curtains. I can't remember exactly which enemy those come from, but you've probably already got 99 of them if you've already caught everything. So, again, teach Anima Shell as well. Again, and then use haste. Also, teach your Anima Lancet. You'll probably need this. The reason why this works so well is because Anima's pain is magic-based. And Anima basically multiplies Yuna's base magic. I started this out with, I think, 100 magic on Yuna. Really, you need to go around her grid, which you should have already done, right? You should be already done with that. But then you can go into Lulu's grid, sorry, to grab her magic nodes as well. that should get you to around, again, as I said, I think I started out around 100 magic, and I was able to take down Juggler Flan very, very easy. So at this point, now we just start using pain spam. The animation I don't love, but what are you going to do? It does 99,999 damage. You're probably not going to be able to come anywhere close to this with your actual base characters. I tried Ultima spam. I wasn't impressed. Wasn't really doing enough damage where I thought it was worthwhile. I tried, bouncing holies. I was doing, 20k a pop, and the animation is very long and annoying. And then I tried, dual casting. What was it? Flare. Same deal. Not impressed. I just think that this is the way to go. Yeah, pain spam maybe feels a little obnoxious. This is a little time consuming because of the animation, but I really do think that this blows. Unless there's another method that I don't know about, this seemed to just blow everything else out of the water. Now, I'm only taking about 300 damage right now. That also helps, or I should say, having a bunch of magic defense nodes on Yuna's grid is going to help you out with that. It's not likely that if you're doing this, well, I guess it's up to you. If you really want to speed this up, you can actually level Yuna, put a bunch of magic defense spheres in, bump up your magic defense on Yuna up to 255. That will translate to very, very high magic defense with Anima. Probably actually recommend doing that. It's just nice. It's going to speed this up. It's going to make it so that you'll never have to worry about healing Anima. But this should give you at least some idea of the time that this takes as well. And again, I think that actually, I will say, I recommend that. Now, in hindsight, now just watching this, when I first started farming these magic spheres, it was annoying having to watch Anima's health and making sure that Juggler Flan wasn't able to actually kill Anima. So again, I would actually say that that is a better step, or is to at least make sure that your magic defense is very, very high. I don't know that you necessarily need to go to 255, but also why not? If you plan on maxing your stats anyway, just take her magic defense all the way up to 255. There's the overkill. And the reason also why you really I feel like want to do this is because there's just no other better way to take down Anima. You can't really rely on overdrives to do it. So and then on top of that, in order to do more damage to Juggler Flan, you need better magic. And there's no way to get better magic other than killing Juggler Flan, which is kind of funny. So, again, I guess just keep that in mind. So there is your magic spheres. And the best part, too, about doing this is, as you go, what you'll want to do is, fill in your empty grid spots with Yuna, with the magic. And that'll just get you, higher and higher magic, so your farming with Anima will get faster and faster. So it's I suppose it's the same thing as when you put the strength spheres in. Again, you'll just get faster and faster. Probably the last thing that I would recommend doing is, or I shouldn't say the last thing. The next thing is going to be farming actually HP spheres. So let's get Yuna swapped out here. We'll get Titus back in. This looks okay. This gear setup is probably fine too. All right, so let's get working on the Ironclad. Ironclad was very, very easy to farm when I had enough evasion. Basically, he's going to counter everything that you do with was it Repagiki, something like that. Let me just see. Yeah, Repagiki. Probably not saying that right. That looks like one of those words where very easy for me to get wrong. But again, with enough evasion, this he can't hit you. So very, very nice. Let's see if I can use some. Let's see if I can use some overdrives here. Let's just see what these do. Slice and dice for this kind of stuff is a pretty decent. Yeah, that's not great. We're doing about 1/3 of the damage per swing. So yeah, not really that great of an option. So let's go back to quick hits. Let me just see here if this guy can be armor broke or not. I'm not sure if he can. We can't find the guy. Holy crap, he's way down there. There he is. Magic break, armor break. Yeah, he can be armor broke. Well, so if you're not able to do 99,999, then try an armor break. But if you've got enough strength, I feel like you should be able to do this, which will make armor break completely pointless. Yeah. Oh, I'm running on MP. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. All right, so I didn't touch the save sphere before this. So we'll just use the Mega Elixir here to bump up everybody's magic back to normal. Unfortunately, you'll probably be doing this a lot. Luckily for me, I was making videos while I was farming this guy, so it's kind of like, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone. But there they are. There's the HP spheres. So that is probably like our second to last step, right? And what you'll want to do is, you know, fill in for sure the open grids, or the open spots, I should say, with your HP, and then you can start working on clearing out your old HP nodes and putting the new ones in. And then I think what the last thing I would say to do probably is to farm. Break HP limit. There we go. I gotta make sure I'm equipping the right stuff here. Okay, we're gonna farm Lux Spheres last, and it's rough. I'm not gonna lie. Very rough. It's not particularly fun, but again, if you want amazing stats, then it, at least in some part, needs to be done. Whoops, where am I? I'm not in the right menu here. Okay. So what I did here was, this is, in my opinion, this is kind of the best armor, is the break HP limit, auto haste, and death proof. One of the things that you can do, and I honestly just think that, I should say, let me back up. This isn't 100% necessary. It depends on how you want to farm Eartheater. Let me just, yeah. Okay, honestly the best, yeah, let's just start out with the best way to farm him. So the best way is actually to use the loner, where is it? There it is. Loner mode with Waka. And then let's do, I think is it Victor? Yeah, let's do Victor, I guess. Victor. If you don't have Loner, and there's a good chance that you don't, prior to doing this, my recommendation is to go into the Cavern of the Stolen Faith and find yourself a magic pot and have Riku, or I should say, have Waka stay and have your other 2 characters escape from the battle. The reason why you need to do that is because it won't work here in the Monster Arena. You cannot learn new overdrive modes here in the Monster Arena. So again, you need to go somewhere else to do this. And you don't want to get attacked, right? We just want to have an easy street. And so what you'll do again is to get into a fight with the magic urn. The magic urns will never attack you. And so you basically just defend every turn. After Waka has spent, I think it's 110 battles, or I should say rounds, by himself, he will learn the Loner overdrive mode. It sounds, bad, but it's not. It's very, very easy. You just keep hitting triangle when Waka's turn comes up, and you will learn Loner very, very quickly. That's the best way to do it. So all right, let's start out here. So this is going to be an original creation. This is where things get a little bit different, right? We were over here in the species for a while. But what we want to do here is go to the Eartheater. Eartheater doesn't actually give you the luck spheres, but it gives you the fortune spheres that you need to actually activate those nodes. This is the most difficult aspect of this grind. So what I do here is I escape. There's other ways to do this. You can actually try to like bring in some of your weaker characters to actually try to attack Waka, and he'll respond by killing them. But what we want to do here is to have Eartheater by himself. Now, actually, I've just realized now I've already kind of done this poorly. But boom! So it's very important to have armor that's got the death proof on it, because that swing that he does while he's standing up, I should say the counterattack that he does while he's standing, has like a death strike to it. And so he'll actually one-shot you if you don't have death proof. But what we're going to do here is use attack reels. And I don't do this quite as fast as I can because I'm not that great at it, but there's a way to do this just a little bit faster. Basically, you hit the first 2 strike, and then you can actually hit the second 2 back-to-back, like immediately, if you're good enough. I'm just not confident enough in doing it right now. So we'll just do it the old baddie way. I actually could have done it right there. Yeah, I'm yikes. I should be doing these at about 16, or with about 16 seconds left, but I'm just not doing them that great. So now that we've got him on his back, we've already done 2 of the overdrives. That means we should be able to just attack him a couple of times. He'll respond with flare. You know, depending on how much HP that you've got, like obviously now that I've got so much HP, it doesn't matter, and I'm not worried about getting killed, but it actually can help you if you've got an armor that's got shell on it as well. So you can do, you can do auto haste, death proof, and shell. At first, you don't need to do the break maximum HP because that should be able to do it. Because you'll only take about 2. Well, 1 was that 1 or was that 2 flares? I didn't notice. And so that is honestly the fastest way to do that battle right there. Same deal though as what I was talking about. Was it Ironclad? I was just really lazy about this, and so what I did here was I actually customized 3 armors here with break HP limit, auto haste, and death proof. And so then what I did was to just fight the Eartheater and just use like quick hits and just ate the counterattacks. Because again, I was making videos, but that's the slower way. It's not as good. It's not the best way to do that. But all right, so let's do the next fight here, which is going to be the greater sphere to actually get the whatchamacallits here. Nope, that's the wrong one. I guess that'll work. Actually, that's not right. Let's find it. There it is. Yeah, that's the right one. I have a bunch of different, equipments tricked out. This took a long time to get these, but and you don't need these. What you really need to do though is make sure that you're kind of doing these correctly. I know that sounds probably silly, but let's just show you. So this is how to actually get the luck spheres to place in the grid. This is actually very, very easy. What I usually do, and I'm probably set up. Oh, I'm set up wrong. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go back out. I just realized that I did something wrong here. I didn't switch up my my overdrive mode. Okay, so we want to be on Comrade, on everybody. Comrade and Comrade. Okay, let's do this. This is actually very easy. The great thing about this too is you just don't need to do this as much, The problem with that freaking Eartheater is you just need so many fortune spheres to max everybody's luck. Whereas it takes a fraction of the actual luck spheres in order to, you know, max out your grid correctly. I don't love how this is starting. Let's... Yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna look a little weird, I think. Oops, not bribe. Where's entrust? All right, so I'm gonna give Titus my overdrive, which I also now I'm not liking again. I'm sorry. I'm having a bit of a brain freeze here because I can't remember exactly how I used to start these out. I think this isn't right though. Okay, I'm gonna restart this one more time. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the exact way. I know I used to like to start out with Waka's overdrive first because yeah, you know what? Here, what I'm gonna do here is actually just swing at this guy. All right, let's just attack him. I want him to actually deal a bunch of damage here. Oh, I don't know if Ultima's going to be enough. We'll see here. Boom. That was just enough. Okay. Let's do this one more time. Sorry. It just looks silly that I'm running away a bunch, right, from the monster that we actually want to fight. But all right, so let's do Greater Sphere. Now, ideally, I would have Waka going first, but I don't think that's going to work out anymore because my agility is a little bit weird. And I'll just have to not suck with Waka. Which, oh, whoa, okay, so there I say that, and of course I get him to start first. Okay, so first turn with Waka, we're just using attack reels. Maybe that was obvious. And right there. Alrighty, all right. I'm not failing hardcore. I like the looks of that, but all right. So Riku doesn't matter at all. She can actually yeah, it just doesn't really matter. You know, usually probably the first turn with her, there's a lot of times where I would probably just defend. Oops, or entrust. Because now that I'm looking at it, this isn't actually going to work out the way that I want. So right now, this armor is not actually how I set up when I farmed this guy. Having auto protect is actually not the best way to go because we actually kind of want to take more damage from this guy, and hydraulic press is fantastic. So we'll do this one more time with some kind of worse armor, right? Or maybe it's just more optimal armor for actually farming this guy. Again, because of Comrade here, I actually want to have this guy dealing a little bit more damage. So let's see if I can have, or if I've got something here that doesn't have protect on it. Oh yeah, right there. Bracket HP. Okay, yeah, this will work. We'll use my old my death-proof stuff here. There we are. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so let's say it or interact with the sphere. Go to fight. Original. Greater. The other thing is here is actually you don't want to be defending with Riku because that'll reduce the amount of damage that she takes, and we don't want to do that. We want her taking as much as she can. Let's do aim. This is gonna look weird, right? Why am I using aim? I really just want to get her turn. Right, I want it to get to her turn without Titus defending. So just entrust Waka. Boom. All right, now we can start with the good stuff. All right. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Don't screw this up. Ah, I screwed up. No. Of course. Wow, that's the first time I've screwed that up in a long time. Okay, so that's not gonna work right. So we'll have to do this battle one more time here. But punk. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, let's. This is actually a good time to just reset this. So let's flee. If you notice there, hydraulic press completely restored everybody's gauges. So let's do this one more time. All right, so let's not screw up this time, eh, buddy? How about that? Let's try that. The idea here is that we really want Waka going first. It's tough to always pull that off, but I'm just going to do this because this is typically how a turn would start out. I would entrust, you know, Waka. Again, I'm going to do this looks so weird. Basically, when I did this, I had Waka set up to have the most agility, and so he would always go first. You know, it's not necessary. If you're good, if you're confident enough that you're not going to screw up like I did, or like I'm doing here, and you can pull off Waka's overdrive really, really well, then he doesn't need to go first. The catch is that, you know, and what I had happen to me a couple of times was I would use Titus's overdrive first, and then I would screw up Waka's, and that would kill me because then he would use hydraulic press again. So I preferred doing it this way. I always liked Waka going first. And again, so Waka uses overdrive. He gets him down to almost nothing, and then everybody's overdrive gets refilled because of hydraulic press. And then Titus goes, and Titus's overdrive is just a lot easier to perform. That's why I preferred doing it this route. And now you can see at the end of the battle, now Riku is maxed out, Waka is maxed out, and we're just ready to do the next battle, right? And so it's a lot faster to to keep this kind of up going in this route. So again, the great thing is you won't have to worry so much about farming Greater Sphere that much. Again, because once those luck nodes are in, then you're good to go. But again, the problem is those fortune spheres and farming those, and they're just such a pain, and it sucks, and I hated it, and it's very time consuming. It's the worst part about, in my opinion, the whole process. Sure, the HP spheres are pretty obnoxious as well, right? Farming the Ironclad, but at least that's something where you can pull up a movie and watch. Whereas Eartheater, because you're using Waka's overdrives, it actually takes at least a little bit of effort if you go that route. If you go the lazy route, though, again, like I did with the break HP limit, auto haste, death proof on everybody, that works as well. And you can kind of do the same thing. You just keep hitting basically quick hit over and over and over. Oh, actually, you don't even need to use quick hit, and it's probably better not to use that. It's to just use the regular attack command, because that way you don't need to worry about mana. But that's another, again, an actual maybe a more or less frustrating way to farm those. Again, because you can at least do something else while you're just mashing the X button, making your characters mindlessly attack over and over. But honestly, that is it for the stats. Again, you don't need to go max luck, but I do so that I can get the max HP. And then, again, you don't need as much evasion and accuracy because of that. And that actually makes, farming a lot of the other stuff very easy. But that is it. Hopefully I've got everything. Unfortunately, it's a shame that they never did it, but it would have been nice to have Fortune Distillers, though, they definitely did that for a reason. They wanted to make maxing your luck an absolute bear. But that is it. That is it for the max stats. As always, I hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.